Students, it's the end of the semester, and are you too scared to ask for help even though you probably need it? And educators, do you just want to tear your hair out because you have so much help you're willing to give and students rarely ask you for it? Today, we're going to look at a whole new way of thinking about how to ask for help to make it easier for everyone to get the support they need. Educators, stay to the end, and you're going to have a fabulous question that you can ask your students to help jumpstart their willingness to get help as well. And with that, let's dig in. Okay, it's Thanksgiving week here in the United States, and normally I ask students to do a clean out of their backpack and their notebooks and get organized, organize their things for final exams, and that's still a good thing to do. And today I want to talk about how you can organize how you think about who is on your team as you head into final exams. Too many students stay isolated, stay by themselves studying, and now especially is a time when mental health wise, we're having a harder time hanging on to the end, and we need other people. And there are 3 types of people specifically that I think we all need. And I want you, as I share these 3 types with you, to think about, do I have enough of these people that I have established relationships with? Okay, shall we look at the 3 types? To talk about the 3 types, I'm going to draw a teeter-totter. There you go. Simple teeter-totter. The first type of person I wonder if you have enough of these people on your team is people who have more power or skill than you have in whatever content area you're struggling with most. So this is probably obviously the teacher. They have more power because they can grade you. They have more skill because they're teaching you, right? But there are other people too who have more power or skill than you. This could simply be another person in the class who really seems to be getting it, who you can reach out to ask them some questions or just kind of complain about something to, or whatever. So I'd love you to maybe even pause the video and make a little list of what is my hardest class, who are the people in that class who have more power or skill than I have. And the third thing is, any of these people do I have established relationships with? And by established relationship, I mean, do I already reach out to them before class or after class for comments, questions, just to say hi, just to ask them how they are? Do I do that or do I not? Many students are too scared with their teachers because they have more power. They are too scared to actually develop ongoing relationships with them, but that is a crucial thing to learn how to do to get through school, and also to get through life, is to learn how to establish relationships with people who have more power than you in whatever the context. Okay. Number 2, right here in the middle of the teeter-totter, is people who have the same amount of power or skill as you do. So these are probably your classmates, could be a sibling, but these are people who, you feel they're peers. You feel even with them. Maybe you both struggle in the class a little bit. But I'd love for you to, in whatever class you're brainstorming right now that is your biggest bugaboo this semester, who are the people who you have established relationships with? Make a list of those. And or who are the people you could? And then notice, are there folks who you actually maybe could reach out to a little bit more to ask them to be on a study group, or just to say, hey, can I have your phone number as we go through final exams? Because I'd love to be able to reach out to you if I have questions. So you want folks who have more power or skill, and you also want folks who have the same amount of power or skill as you do. Now, if you just stopped here, that could be enough. But there is a third type that I think is kind of a bonus type that it would be great to talk about. And that is people who have less power or skill than you have. Is there anyone who you help, who you tutor, who you answer questions for? Maybe there's somebody who is always forgetting homework assignments and you're actually helping them, remind them what they need to do. I have noticed in my own life that the more I make sure that I am of service to others, the easier it is for me to actually then reach out and allow others to be in service to me because I see how good it feels. So, as I said, if you just need to work on these two categories to create some more relationships, I think it would be great, actually, if you just want a rule of thumb, to have like 3 people who have more power or skill in that hard class and 3 people who have the same power or skill in that class. And then, maybe 1 or 2 people in that class or outside of that class, but who you are of service to so that you're filling your own self-esteem cup because you are helping someone else. Make a list, students, of the people who are in these categories for you. And then if you have any questions or comments about it, go ahead and post below. I'm really happy to support you with some coaching via the YouTube comments. So please don't hesitate to use me as one of your team members. Would I count as a more power or skill person? I don't think I have power, but I might have more skill. So yes, I think I count there, so you can include me in that category. Now, educators, hang on just a second, because I want us to look at a little script that you can use to coach your own students through this process of making sure they have a nice, robust team going into finals. Okay, educators, whether you're a classroom teacher or some kind of academic coach or working individually with students in some capacity, it's really helpful to walk students through the exercise that I just shared, and I wanted to break it down into a few concrete steps. Students are just not used to having people help them think about who's on their team, and so the more you can do this, the better. The first question that I had the students think about is, what's your hardest class, right? Because this could be overwhelming to think through in every class, but at least what's your hardest class? Then I had them make a list of who is or could be on their team in each of those 3 different categories. And then here's the more coachy script. Asking the student, who are you willing to reach out to this week? So get them to commit to not everybody, but maybe one person that they might be willing to reach out to. And then get them to explain, how would it serve you to reach out to them, to build a relationship or to deepen the relationship with that person, and get them to articulate this question. There is a 5th question I didn't put on here that you could ask, which is, what exactly will you say to them? Students often need to think through exactly what the script is going to be. And I'm not mentioning that right now because I'm going to do a whole new video next in this series about what to say when you reach out to build relationships with people who you want to be intentionally on your team. So keep your eye out for that. And otherwise, if you want more of my tips and tricks for educators, those are available for you at gretchenwagner.com/secret. I always forget if it's secret plural or secret singular, but whatever it is, my team is putting it below. And we're going to change that link at some point to make it easier for my poor little brain to remember. But regardless, I'll see you in the next video, and good luck, everyone, building out your teams.